Are you
coming up.
saying that the conservatives should be okay with walking into a bathroom and a man who or a woman who think that she's a man is in that bathroom with men or in the shower with men or men in shower with women because they think that they're a woman? That conservatives should just accept that without a fight, or boys who think that they're girls, they should just accept that and not fight back.
It's none of your business. If you have an issue with it, that's your issue.
So if you,
Yes, conservatives
so
should
if
stay
you
down on
walk in,
that.
if your daughter went into a shower, and some man is in there or teenagers in there, male, who think that he's a woman but he's really a man, you would be okay with that?
If he's a woman, I'm going to call him a she. And yes, I am okay with that.
No, how about a shower?
They
How
are
about the shower?
leaving.
How about the
That is the
shower?
end of it.
How about the shower? You okay with your daughter
Same
getting in?
thing.
I'm sorry?
Same thing.
Amazing. Most of you in this country know about Antifa. They tend to show up at rallies with the alt-right and conservatives and others. And I have been wanting to talk to a member of or the head of Antifa for a long time. I have with me Daryl Lamont Jenkins. He's an Antifa member and an executive director of One People's Project, an anti-racist nonprofit that monitors hate mongers and fight fascism. Daryl, good morning, sir. Thank you for being with me.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
I appreciate it. How did you become a member, and why did you become a member of Antifa?
Well, I think it's just been a case of me doing this even before we even knew the term. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, and it's just been a case of wanting to know more about the people that hate us, and then that turned into wanting to do something about the people that hate us before they cause the kinds of divisions that they have caused in generations past. That's always been my mission.
And when you say the people that hate us, who are you referring to when you say us?
I think us as a society, not just necessarily, I mean, you might be alluding to people of color, black people. Yes, that's there. But the truth of the matter is we do have a number of people, particularly on the right, that have gone after us as a society because we are trying to evolve. We're trying to move beyond the things that we have done in the past, the things that we've been about in the past. Whether you're talking about the attacks of people of color, the attacks on women, the attacks on the LGBTQ communities, or just workers in general. I mean, I think it comes to the point where you have to say, look, we are contributing to this society as well. We're contributing to this country as well. And people who have a chip on their shoulders about their role in this society
And who are
need to step back a bit.
who are the people who are attacking you guys? You people.
Well, I would say in regards to what One People's Project follows and what People's Project covers, what we do is we look at, I said earlier, particularly folks on the right. Conservatives have had an issue with certain communities and certain individuals coming up and trying to build a society for themselves, a new society, something that includes everyone. And
So when
conservatives
you
seem to have a problem with that. Why? That's what I've always wanted to know. If we are, I've always been told that if we pull ourselves up from our bootstraps and make what we want out of our lives, we should be fine. But every time someone tries to do that, that isn't white, isn't Christian, isn't a male, there's an issue. Why?
So you're saying that conservatives are trying to keep the blacks, the homosexuals, the transgenders, the non-gender folks. The conservatives are trying to keep them down. Are you
Well, I
saying
would
that?
say certain conservatives. I would say certain conservatives because we do have conservatives within One People's Project. However, you do have those hardliners out there that do, in fact, try that. Do, in fact, make it clear that's what they're doing. I mean, conservatives, these particular conservatives, literally made a federal case out of who uses what bathroom. Why do you care It is simply
Well,
somebody just going on with their lives. It's another example of just them not minding their business.
so
Conservatives in this case.
so Obama was the one did that. The federal government did that. Are you saying that the conservatives should be okay with walking into a bathroom and a man who or a woman who think that she's a man is in that bathroom with men or in the shower with men or men in shower with women because they think that they're a woman, that conservatives should just accept that without a fight? Or boys who think that they're girls, they should just accept that and not fight back?
It's none of your business.
So it
It's
should
simply
be.
none of your business. If somebody is going to the bathroom, that is your most private area, and you are making it public. We've had conservatives standing outside. This happened just last year. A conservative who, by the way, is not Obama, was standing outside a bathroom door trying to determine or trying to keep people who he considered to be someone who shouldn't be going into that bathroom. We have conservatives doing that. That's what I mean. If you have an issue with it, that's your issue.
So if you,
Yes, conservatives
so
should
if
stay
you
down on
walk in,
that.
if your daughter went into a shower and some man is in there or a teenager is in there, male, who think that he's a woman but he's really a man, you would be okay with that?
If he's a woman, I'm going to call him a she. And yes, I am okay with that because as
Amazing.
long as there aren't any laws being broken, we're good.
Amazing.
She's going to the bathroom. She's going to the bathroom.
No, how about a shower?
They
How
are
about the shower?
leaving.
How about the
That is the
shower?
end of it.
How about the shower? You okay with your daughter
Same
getting in?
thing.
I'm sorry?
Same thing.
Amazing. Talking with Daryl Lamont Jenkins. He is an Antifa member and executive director of One People's Project, an anti-racist nonprofit that monitors hate mongers and fight fascism. Daryl, so welcome back, Daryl. Thank you again for being with me. So, Daryl, you and who are the people that Antifa is fighting against exactly? Can you name them?
Can I name them? Well, I try to be careful not to name them just on an arbitrary level, but obviously we have a website, onepeoplesproject.com, where we have a list of rogues gallery entries of people that we have monitored over the past. And full disclosure, yourself included. We have zeroed in on you in the past because we've had issues with things that you have been about. But you're just one person. When we're talking about neo-Nazis, we were the ones that were following Richard Spencer since 2006. That's why a lot of people have started looking at us, wondering who was this character. We have gone after folks ranging from the Klan, neo-Nazis, to mainstream conservatives.
So
and
you have me on your list? Hey, Daryl, so you have me, I'm on your list, and what is it that you disagree with about me?
My issue with you in particular is I don't necessarily, not these days at least, have an issue with Black conservatives, but I think in your case, I think you have spent a lot of time trying to make apologies or try to be apologists for some folks out there that have been involved in the white supremacist scene. I remember there was a video from the Prop 187 fight where Martin Francis got clocked in the head with I guess a stone or something, and you're on YouTube and arguing with this Hispanic reporter who asked if he was a racist, and he was getting upset saying, "How dare you call me a racist? Here's a Black man with me." Well, Martin Francis was with Voices of Citizens Together, or at least an associate. Your friend Glenn Spencer is the head of that. He is an associate of the Council of Conservative Citizens. I've seen them in conferences that were held by this group. And the Council of Conservative Citizens is a white supremacist group.
Well, we were all out there fighting. We were all out there trying to get the government to shut down the borders because of illegal aliens coming into our country and affecting the country in a negative way, especially the Black community. And these people came very violent, and they were dressed in red, and they were throwing frozen Coke cans and things like that. And that's what hit Martin in the head.
Okay,
And
I wasn't sure what hit him in the head. I wasn't sure.
and
But here's my
that was evil. Let me ask. I noticed that down in Charlottesville, Virginia, the Antifa people were having a peaceful rally. They had a permit to hold that rally. I mean, the alt-right people, I'm sorry, not Antifa, but the alt-right people were holding a peaceful rally. You guys showed up dressed in black, your faces covered, you came with weapons, and you attacked the alt-right. Was that right? Why did you show up? And didn't they have a right, whether you agree with them or not, didn't they have a right to hold a peaceful rally? They were in support of the Confederate flag. They didn't want it to come down. Didn't they have a right to protest?
Here you are defending the Nazis again. This is what I'm talking about. It was them that attacked. It was them with the weapons.
That's not
them
true.
With the skills. It was them with the helmets. It was them with the military formations. And they've been harassing Charlottesville for a good 3 months now.
You're not answering my question.
Your show before. The fact of the matter is, the anti-fascist groups that were there,
You're not answering my question.
Anti-fascist groups were protecting that city, protecting that town, and they were the ones that suffered a fatality.
Why?
Heather Heyer was killed by the neo-Nazis.
Why are you?
Allegedly by the neo-Nazis. I'll play it safe. But the truth of the matter is, when we came out there because we saw that these neo-Nazis, who you want to say have a permanent, like that's supposed to mean we can't show up, they came out there to try to intimidate Charlottesville. So we came out and said, no, you will not do that. There was no violence until you saw those people with a permit shoving clergy around, shoving people who weren't lifting a finger to them.
Daryl, why did you, if you people mean well, if you're supposed to be doing the right thing, why are you hiding your faces and why are you coming with sticks and nails and sharp edges if you're trying to do good? And why are you so violent?
You know, I think it's funny how you have an issue with violence, considering you have defended people who have been about domestic violence. How you talk about how fighting domestic violence is a socialist plot to undermine the man.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
I digress. You're absolutely right. I'll answer the question.
Why are you so violent?
I'm not masked up. I'm not violent. If I'm violent, it's because somebody has been violent against me. And in the case of Charlottesville, that's exactly was the case when it came to Antifa. When you saw those individuals, the National Socialist Movement and other organizations, the Traditionalist Worker Party, getting into it with people who were not being violent against them, who were simply exercising their right to speak and their free speech rights.
But you're not being honest right now.
That's what's happened. That's when things happen.
Daryl, you're not being honest. You know, I've interviewed Richard Spencer, Alaska, and those guys, and I don't agree with some of the things that they're about, but they do not have a history of being violent. Antifa does.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have a long history of being violent.
And so...
Now, you're not being honest.
You're not being honest, Daryl, but let me ask. There is black-on-black violence in urban areas around the country. Why is it that if you care about black people, Antifa is supposed to be trying to make black people's lives better, improve their lives, why don't you go into the urban areas and protect the good folks from the good black people from the bad black ones, the young people who are killing children and who are killing adults? Why not go in the black community and do something about the violence?
Well, it's funny you say that because I know a number of organizations that have been about trying to quell the violence in the inner cities. If you want to talk about that, we need. And I'll be honest with you. Let me put out this olive branch to you here. You have organizations out there.
You're talking about Antifa.
My father, anti-fascists are out there too. We live in those towns. We live in those cities. We work.
I never see you rallying in those towns. I never see you supporting the police in those cities.
Conservatives out there, and I'm gonna tell you something. My olive branch is this: why don't conservatives just come to those towns, come to those communities, and start helping out? And start helping out people try to quell that violence. You have ceasefire out there, for example. Daily Show, for example, just went to Chicago last week.
Daryl, calm down. You're not answering my question.
About this. I love this story. I love this commentary because
Daryl,
I
calm
think
down.
conservatives need to come on board and put their money where their mouth is. Go to those communities.
Why is it that we do not see Antifa in those communities being violent toward the gang members and the drug dealers? Why don't you go in there and do that rather than chasing a pipe dream by going after white people?
Let me ask you this. The reason why you don't see it is because conservatives don't look.
We're talking about, no, if you were there, we would know about it.
You wouldn't care because you don't care.
You don't care. You're the one.
Those that are trying to fight. What are you doing? I know that Bond is there trying to rebuild the family by rebuilding the man, but people have protected you in LA.
Daryl, are you a communist?
No. I think that basically it's not about, I call myself a leftist. I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, but ultimately it's really not about being right or left. It's about being right and wrong. And I'm down with anybody who wants to try to do right. That's just my real about it. Whatever political philosophy I may hold, I am flexible on that. I mean,
is there a difference? Daryl, is there a difference between a leftist and a communist? I thought they're both the same.
Well, there's different facets of leftism, just as there are different facets of rightism. So, yeah, there is a difference. I mean, I have seen some very authoritarian communists. I've seen some very open rightists, very open people on the right. So I think it's all about the person. It's about who you are as a human being. You got that.
Are you a Christian, Daryl?
Yes, I am.
You're a Christian, so you believe in God.
Yes, I do.
Do you love all white people?
I love all people.
All people. How about all white people?
I don't have any problem with anyone unless they are bad people.
Do you love all white people?
Not all white people, but I don't love all black people. I don't love all Asian people. I never met all white people, so I got to be careful with that one there.
Amazing.
It's about the person. It's not so much about what color you are or what religion you are. It's about you. So that's not the issue.
Let me ask, because of time here, does it bother you that most black people are suffering not because of this phony idea of racism, but the lack of moral character due to the destruction of the family? The average black man is not worth a dime. He's not marrying the women. He's not taking care of his family. They're violent toward one another. You have 72 to 73% of black babies born out of wedlock. Abortion out of control in the black communities around the country. Does that bother you at all?
I don't know, sir. I think I have a higher opinion of black people than you do, which is unfortunate. I mean, I didn't grow up like that. I mean, I had both my mother and father. They're the two strongest people in my life.
Does it bother you that that's happening in the black community? Does it bother Antifa?
When it happens anywhere, it bothers me. And that's why you go out. That's why you go out and try to do something about it. But I'm not going to sit here and say that black people are... by the way, it's not a phony notion that it's racism. You just said you talked to Richard Spencer. You know it's not phony. And so, but bottom line is, whatever it is that we have to take care of in the community, we will take care of.
But why are you doing that? If you really care about black people, instead of running around the country attacking white people, why not deal with those moral issues in the black community?
When have I attacked white people, sir?
You attack the alt-right. You attack Donald Trump supporters. You attack people that you disagree with.
And what have they done? What have they done for their communities?
No.
Please. No. Let's be fair now.
Their communities are not out of control as yours.
Us as a society. If they want to go out and polarize us as a society, we as a society have to protect that. If you care, by the way, about the black community, work more so with the black community through events. It's just that simple. We do it. Why can't you?
Amazing. So, Darryl, I just have a few more questions for you here, and I need short answers because this first hour is going by fast.
I know.
I interviewed Richard Spencer, and Richard is into his whiteness. He's into the white people, and I disagree with that. You're into your blackness. You're into black people, and that's wrong too. Does Richard have a right to be into white people since you're into black people? Your blackness.
Yes, right. Be proud to be white, just as long as he doesn't be white at our expense. He once published an article calling for black genocide. That's a concern.
And so, once again, if you guys are trying to do well or do good, why is it that you're hiding your faces and you're so violent? And you're turning. One of the reasons that we have the Great White Hope in the White House is because of the violent attacks that you guys put up on his supporters during the campaign. And people don't like you at all because of the meanness and the dirtiness that you are.
Jesse, do you know how silly you sound calling him the Great White Hope? Do you realize how that sounds?
He is the Great White Hope, the greatest president that we have had in a long time.
For slavery. Yeah, I guess you would say something like that.
And so...
Meanwhile, Bob Corker is slamming him and saying he's not a role model. So you have some conservatives in there that are not really too fond of him.
So
either.
you realize that you're turning off people rather than gaining support because of the evil that's coming from Antifa.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about that because I can speak for myself. A lot of folks have been coming to me wondering how to fight people like you.
Amazing.
And I think one of the things that you have to do, I think one of the things that we all have to do is if you do not like how Antifa handles white supremacy or handles the hate politics that you apparently want to defend, you go out there and you do what you think is right.
Why do you hide? Why do you hide as cowards hide? I
don't know. I haven't been hiding, sir.
But Antifa put on dark masks.
Matter of fact, you could see me every year at CPAC. I'm always there.
Why is it that Antifa
this year? But because I'll be busy doing something else. But hell, there's even video of me getting into Andrew Breitbart's face. So much for hiding, sir.
Why is it that Antifa, when they go,
why do conservatives
Darryl,
have to? All right, I'm sorry.
Darryl, calm down.
And I apologize.
Darryl, why is it that when Antifa go out to become violent and attack people, why are they hiding their faces like little cowards?
If they were cowards, they wouldn't be there in the first place, sir.
Why are they hiding? You don't see the alt-right hiding their faces.
They wouldn't be there in the first place.
I'm sorry?
If they were hiding, they wouldn't be there in the first place. If they were cowards, they wouldn't be there in the first place.
You don't see that they wear dark masks?
I'm never masked up. You know who I saw masked up?
No, I'm talking about Antifa. Do you see that Antifa mask up?
Have you called them cowards?
Do you see that Antifa is like the Klansmen? They mask up. If they are men and women of good, why are they hiding?
Klansmen been defending so far.
My final question, why don't you go after evil people like Louis Farrakhan, Maxine Waters, Federico, what's Federico last name? Wilson? Al Sharpton, Louis Farrakhan. Those people are evil. Why not go after them?
Well, I guess we have a different idea of what evil is. But if you're going to sit here and call Donald Trump the Great White Hope, I guess I'm on the right side of things when I don't go after them.
Why don't you go after them?
Because they're not evil.
They are evil.
No, Donald Trump, your Great White Hope, is evil.
When Louis Farrakhan called...
Apparently that is an opinion that is shared by a lot of people who are going to do something about the folks that you say are good. Nothing makes Frederica Wilson evil. The only thing she did was criticize Trump for attacking a Gold Star mother. Okay? If that makes her evil, then there's something wrong with your ideals. All right?
So let me ask.
I'm a vet myself.
So let me ask.
I don't appreciate that.
My final question, when Louis Farrakhan said that he's looking for 10,000 black men to go out and stalk and kill those who kill us, is that evil?
It depends on what you're talking about. I haven't heard the exact quote, and I really can't trust when you say it. So I have to find out what exactly he meant when he said that.
If I'm right about it, he's talking about going out and killing white people and cops. Would that be evil?
You mean like the 3%ers that tried to hold sniper positions? Yeah, it would be that kind of evil.
Amazing.
But I don't know what he has said. I'm going to be very careful with that.
I bet you are.
I cannot misrepresent who Farrakhan is anymore. To be perfectly honest with you, then I would misrepresent who you are. If I am going to go and defend or attack anyone, I'm going to make sure I have a good reason why. So I got to be fair and say, look, if you don't like evil, fight evil, but you damn sure better be right, pardon my language, when you do it.
So my final thing, when you guys when Antifa take off the mask, stop the violence, go into the inner cities and protect the innocent blacks from the violent blacks, then we would know that you're on the side of good. Until then, you're an evil group. Will
you join us? There was a Stop the Violence rally in June in Los Angeles. Were you there?
If you do good, I'm with you. Thank you so much, Daryl, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Bless you, sir.
All right.